Two men journey to the bars and restaurants of Scandinavia to find amazing beers, always with the same question.
Hey, what's on tap?
It's time to find out.
Welcome to What's on Tap podcast. We are back for your weekly dose of beer reviews and witty banter.
It's witty even?
It is. Our banter is usually witty.
Wow.
I wouldn't say spry or jovial or
Jovial.
Jovial. Yeah, I'm not.
It's always jovial.
It's always jovial. You're right. But yeah, so I'm your host. Do we introduce ourselves already? If I said I'm Stefan.
I'm Martin.
All right, get that out of the way. The formalities have cleared now. We have had some dinner tonight. We had some burgers and quite spicy jalapenos on there. So I'm
that will probably affect the beers.
I doubt it. I think tonight's beers are going to really shine through with their strong flavor profiles.
Yeah, I'm really scared of one of them because pouring it was just a nightmare of swamp infected waters.
But I think it's supposed to be that way. So tonight we're trying two beers from a UK brewery called Vault City. And their beers are known to settle.
Yeah.
And the problem with the fact that there's a lot of high viscosity beer like this is that they served in bottles. And bottles, when you need to agitate them, become something of a geyser-esque overflowing issue. Like cans you can kind of like ease the pressure off. Bottles don't really work that way. So it's very difficult to agitate these enough to be able to get them to mix in the bottle before you pour it. So what we had to do was we poured a little bit out and then we poured it into other glasses and then we re-poured it back into glasses. So it's all nice and slurried about.
And I've actually so I have two glasses. One that contains only the beginning of the bottle and one that contains the end of the bottle. And it's a big difference.
And I have I mean, if we just drink from the top of the bottle, it is a pretty light, almost, just kind of murky-ish red color. And then if you went into the bottom of the bottle, that's where all the flavor is. That's welcome to Flavor Town level. And that's where all of the sediment and the flavor concoctions are. So what I have is a nice middle ground here.
Yeah.
And I think I'm the winner of this.
So the actual beer is Red Fruit Coconut Dreamcake. And words that should never be uttered together, maybe.
I don't know. It smells really coconutty.
It does.
All right. This is inspired from their friends in Denmark. This is their Drommekage was like a revelation to us, which is Dreamcake?
Dreamcake.
Yeah. And this time we've combined a new medley of our fruits in honor of this traditional treat. Strawberries meet honeyberries and mangoes to create a thick smoothie style sour, which is then decadently layered with hand-toasted coconut flakes. Please gently roll the bottle before serving. So yeah, it needs to be mixed and agitated and combined.
Fair enough. During this episode, I will combine these two glasses, but I reserve the right to taste them individually first.
All right. Well, let's just start then with the smell.
Yeah, a lot of coconut.
There's a lot of coconut, and I do get strawberry out there.
Definitely a little bit of strawberry.
Yeah.
But the coconut almost goes into German guy at the beach with the suntan
Tropicana lotion kind of thing. I don't know. I don't get quite that much, but it definitely smells coconut. It smells of hand-toasted coconut.
Hand-toasted coconut.
Hand-toasted coconut. All right. Cheers.
Let's just try it. Cheers.
All right. So taste A.
The top of the glass, lots of strawberries. Actually,
a lot of strawberry.
Actually, very nice. Not that much coconut. Could drink that for days.
All right. Bottom of the glass.
The mouthfeel contains chunks.
Yeah, this is a chunky beer.
which is not pleasant in this case. There's still strawberry in the flavor.
I think there's coconut pieces in this beer.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Because there's a little bit of chew to it, which is kind of weird. I will say, normally when you have these highly flavored beers, you don't get particles of sediment from the adjuncts that are added to it. But I will say, I do get a lot of strawberry, and I do get quite a bit of coconut. And it comes in at a 9% ABV.
Yeah.
What do you think?
There's almost a plastic feeling to the coconut, like a artificial flavor. But the strawberry is surprisingly well executed.
Yeah,
strawberries can sometimes go into artificial, like this sweetener.
Yeah, I have been not a huge fan of strawberry flavors in beer because I don't think strawberry presents very well in beer, and it's really hard to capture that strawberry essence.
Yeah.
This beer does that. There is a really strong strawberry backbone to this. I think the coconut kind of backs it up. It's almost like a strawberry pina colada kind of situation here. I'm really liking this beer. I think much more than you are.
Yes, I think so too. I have now combined them.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if that improved it. But I'm being a bit too harsh. It's not really a bad beer. It's just, I think it's a little bit of a mess, and that prevents any of the really high ratings.
There's a strong tartness to it in the finish.
Yeah.
Which gives a bit of a mouth puckering kind of in play, which makes me think it's a little too much. Like I want it to be a little more vanilla and a little more cakey kind of. And I think that's the finish is very much like a daiquiri kind of strawberry lime tartness, astringency, citric acidy kind of finish. But then the coconut is quite nice and makes you think it's going to be a more of a sweeter kind of rounded finish. But that is not what I'm getting this at all.
No. And I think I'm going to land on 375.
You said like it's a bad thing.
It is.
It's not. It's a really good beer. I think a 375 is a very respectable check-in for this beer.
Okay, fair enough.
I think you feel like you wanted to give it a higher rating.
It's true.
And then you're just settling down.
Yes, this is true.
I think, you're talking about a B plus, average here.
Sure.
I think that's right where it is. I think it's a 375, maybe 4 if you're more inclined to the tartness at the end. But yeah, no, I'm right there with you.
I'm surprised that we landed on the same rating. I really am.
The look on your face was like you're going to give this like a 325 or something because you were really feeling pretty harsh on it.
Yeah. It deserves like a tongue lashing. It deserves being chewed out for doing this.
Like I said, I think if the cakiness of it, that vanilla sweetness that you're expecting from a cake, sugary kind of notes were coming through more, probably 4.5 beer.
Yeah.
But because it's missing that dream cake element, it just hits a 375.
Exactly.
And it's very, very good for what it is. There's just a lot of potential for it to be a lot better.
So my criticism is like the police not giving you a fine, but just like a slap on the wrist. Oh, don't do it again. It has no real meaning.
Yeah.
No real consequence to my criticism.
All right. Well, the next beer there's a lot of words here. I'm not sure how it's all going to go together.
Yeah.
Because it is a coffee poached pear praline crumble. Comes in at 8%. And let's see what they say about this one. Our Master Chef inspired recipe takes this dessert beer to another level. Imagine the refreshing taste of pears infused with decadently smooth coffee flavor from our artisan coffee roasting neighbors, Edinburgh Tea and Coffee Company. The addition of homemade praline crumble adds flavors of soft caramel and classic pecan to create a rich, creamy, texture with a hint of that wonderful sourness we're best known for at Vault City. Chef's kiss. Mwah. So, there's a lot of coffee coming off of this.
It poured way better. It looks way better. There are no disgusting chunks. It doesn't look like swamp water.
No, it looks like an apricot beer. Like when you look at it, you think, oh, this is going to be like a light, refreshing sour. Kind of like maybe a saison or an apricot or peach kind of sour. But the smell is coffee.
It smells like when Mikkeller used to do coffee IPAs.
It has that kind of coffee IPA smell.
That's not a good smell.
No, it's not. Because it is really, really like raw coffee.
Stop putting coffee in my sours.
Never. This should not be sour. This should be sweet. It should be, because of the poached pears and praline crumble, this beer should be pretty freaking sweet.
Let's try it.
All right.
Let's see if it...
there.
Cheers.
That is a hot mess.
This is a sour.
This is a sour. I have no idea what they were going for.
It's...
This is a horrible mess of a beer.
The coffee flavor kind of tramples on all of the other flavors and kind of prevents them from showing them... From being good.
It's basically sour coffee.
Yeah.
It's like pears, poached pears, sweet. Praline crumble, sweet.
This beer, not
sweet.
It doesn't really work.
It does not work at all.
But they wrote that it's a chef's kiss.
Oh, it's so sour in the final. Where's the sweetness? This should be much more jammy kind of flavor. I
am sad.
I am sad too. I feel like this was a real whiff. Because it's just like really strong coffee flavor, and then it's just really sour, and then the aftertaste is...
Who likes this?
It's kind of like coffee and pears. I don't know. It is not a great combination. Because, I mean, it gets a high rating on Untappd,
402.
Right? 402.
Interesting and fun combo. Pretty pear. Quite sweet. No, it's not sweet at all. Did you get a different beer? No one's writing anything.
Yeah, I don't get this. This is a weird combination. And to be so sour... I think that's where it really misses. I don't mind having a sour finish, but this is just coffee and sour.
Yeah. Trying to find more written tasting notes. It's not easy. Another lovely tangy sour. The pear, the praline, and the hint of coffee makes this taste like autumn in a bottle.
When was that written?
June of this year.
Okay, that's not too earlier before we're recording, so I mean that's insane. I don't get that at all.
Notes of lightly roasted coffee, mixing with the gently caramelized pecan nuts, and pears being poached in white wine. Juicy and sour pears play the main role in the taste. Coffee, caramel, pecan nuts, and malts create an image of delicate pastry. What have you been smoking?
This doesn't say to agitate before you pour. So I'm just going to pour the rest of this into my glass. Maybe there's something in the bottom that we're missing.
Here, this person gets it. Balances between a total mishmash of flavors and absolute brilliance with coffee, being either the offsetting factor or the stroke of genius. Unable to decide between the two, so falls in the middle. And then it's a 3.5.
Wow,
which
is really generous. That is not in the middle.
That's really generous. And then someone, sadly not one of my favorites from Vault City, 3.75.
Well, apparently they're a real fanboy there.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me, this is just
Here's a 5 out of 5.
This is just a hot mess. I don't know what this beer is trying to be.
I need to befriend Matt N just so I can comment that he's completely wrong. I won't.
All right. So, what would you give this?
2.
2?
I'm being too kind. Now it's a 2.
Yeah. I was going to go 2.5, but I'm right with you. I'm thinking 2 as well.
I don't want to drink any more of it.
No.
I'm gonna go back to the coconut swamp mess.
The coconut swamp was good. I mean, at least you get the
so much
strawberry.
better.
You get the strawberry and the coconut.
It's so good in comparison.
Oh yeah, night and day. I will say
It's actually way better now.
the strawberry is so well defined in this beer.
It is.
It is one of the best strawberry beers I've had in a long time. But that Poached Pear Praline bullshit. It's just a weird sour beer with a lot of coffee flavor.
I don't think I've ever had. I can't remember a single sour coffee beer that I've liked.
Yeah, me either. This is definitely not that. It was really, really bad. Well, okay, live and learn. And Vault City is, I would say, by default, I usually tend to like them.
Yeah.
I think they've done pretty good stuff. And I think here today you have an example of one worked really well and one did not work at all.
No.
Okay, you can find us online at what'sontappodcast.com, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, and just on the web.
It's just floating around.
Just floating on the web.
Like coconut floaters in a Vault City beer.
Exactly. That's where you'll find us. Yeah. So until next time.
Keep drinking it, dum-dums.